had hoped to be over there at the beginning of the path, but it's really cold and wet over there. So here it's just cold and not as wet. So our first speaker is Multnomah County Commissioner Jeff Cogen, who will become our county chair on Thursday. Please give a big welcome to Commissioner Jeff Cogen.
Thanks, Mike. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, thanks a lot for coming, everyone. I know a lot of people have waited a long time for this moment. We're here to celebrate the long-awaited completion of a very important transportation project right in the heart of our community, the new bike and pedestrian passage across the Morrison Bridge. You can't see it from here, but take my words for it. It's up there and it's open now. Some of you have worked a long time on this project. Some of you have been advocates, some of you have been engineers. Putting a project together like this is taking both. You don't have to look far to see the need for this project. A few blocks to the south is our fabulous Hawthorne Bridge, whose improved bicycle and pedestrian path now has 7,000 people riding their bikes across it every day. And that shows how much Portlanders love bicycles and how much Portlanders understand that bicycles are important for our transportation and pedestrian access is important for our community. But it also shows that we need to increase that access because frankly it's too crowded over there. Now this bridge here, someone who's ridden across that recently. The Morrison Bridge that we're underneath right now was built in the 1950s. At the time this bridge was built, cars were king in this country. And when this bridge was built, the sidewalk was only 5 feet wide. That simply wasn't enough space to safely cross, and it really showed that at that point, bikes and pedestrians were an afterthought. And in 1998, when we fixed the Hawthorne Bridge, and we put the new bike and pedestrian crossings on it, they temporarily added some improved crossings for bikes and pedestrians here on the Morrison Bridge. And a lot of people thought it was a really good idea. In fact, people wanted us to keep that temporary connection and make it permanent. We had 450 people who specifically contacted the county and said, don't stop it, keep that temporary crossing. But it really wasn't safe and it really wasn't it wasn't a permanent fixture, it wasn't the right kind of connection. But at that point we knew we needed to have improved bike and pedestrian access on the Morrison Bridge. And we began working on that. It took us a number of years to put the money together. It cost $1.9 million to do this. And we couldn't have done it without the support of our partners at the state, the region, and the city of Portland. This new path is a huge safety improvement for the system. And it's going to have a 15-foot wide bike and ped access. We know this is going to be a popular, well-loved part of Portland and our transportation nexus. And I want to now introduce our next speaker, my colleague on the Multnomah County Board of Commissioners, Deborah Kafoury, whose district we're in, and who's going to tell us a little bit more about it.
The dogs are happy today in Portland, all right. As Commissioner Cogen said, this project has been a long time coming, and I know it's going to be well worth the wait. I have the honor today of thanking the numerous county employees and volunteers who worked on this project. I'll start with April Siebenhaller. She was the project's first manager. She did a great job working with the community during the planning process. Greg Olson. Is Greg here today? He's the volunteer chair of our Bicycle and Pedestrian Citizen Advisory Committee. I know there's some other members here today from this committee. Can everyone raise their hand, please, today? Woo! Thank you! They have provided valuable input during this project. Ken Huntley, who is not here today, is a structural engineer with our bridge shop, and he led the design effort. Ken solved the challenge of trying to figure out how to move the path railings out of the way when the bridge opens up for ships. So while you're waiting for the bridge to open one day, look for the swinging gate and say thanks to Ken. Ian Cannon and John Heinrichsen. John's here today too. Our managers at our bridge section, and they helped oversee the work. Karen Schilling helped secure funds for the project, a very important role. And John Munchow managed the construction phase for this Bicycle Transportation Alliance, and later as our Metro Councilor. Phil Goff is now working in Boston as a planner for Alta Planning. He was very helpful too. The next phase of our Morrison Bridge project will be to replace the open steel grating. That's going to happen in the next couple years. And perhaps most near and dear to my heart is the big future project that we have in Multnomah County, which is replacing the Selwood Bridge.
Bated breath. In fact, I have a long history with the project. When I was in my current position years ago, I can remember just starting to kind of lean on the city and lean on the county to say, we really think that needs to happen. And it's so great to see it coming to fruition now. One of the things that's particularly exciting for us at the city is to see how this is going to knit into our plans for increasing bicycling over the next 30 years and making it safer. Our bicycle plan for 2030 calls for an increase in bike ridership in the city to where 25% of daily trips are made by bike. It's an ambitious goal, it's an exciting goal, and it's not a goal that we could achieve without providing truly safe, separated facilities that encourage all kinds of cyclists to get out there and use the roadways and cross the bridges. And the Morrison Bridge is a great example of that. And as Jeff mentioned earlier, it's also going to be a great safety improvement for the Hawthorne Bridge, which is getting more and more crowded on days that aren't like today. So, and I want to give actually some special thanks, certainly to the county for their great partnership in this project. There's a lot of work and a lot of leadership that went into that, yes. And also on the city staff, April Bertelson and Roger Geller, who I think are around here, really put a lot of time and expertise into this project. So we appreciate that as well. So, thanks. Get out there, enjoy the bridge, maybe tomorrow.
First being conceived of, she worked in Multnomah County as Chief of Staff for former Commissioner Maria Rojo Steffi. And now, as this project is being completed, she is working at the Oregon Department of Transportation. Shelley Romero is the Public Policy and Community Affairs Manager for ODOT's Region 1, and she played a key role in supporting the county's efforts to secure federal funds to make this project happen. So please join me in welcoming Shelley Romero.
Great. ODOT is very pleased to work with our partners at Multnomah County on this project, and we congratulate the county and the construction contractors for a job well done. When federal funds are part of any project, ODOT works with local jurisdictions to ensure that the funding is used in the most effective and efficient manner to benefit the project and the public. This project has been one that has been a long time in coming. The community has long awaited for this project, first to get it funded, then designed, then coordinated with construction on the Burnside Bridge and other traffic needs to help keep Portland moving. And finally, we've reached the point where it was ready to get it built, which makes today even more special. ODOT is not just about highways. We are a multimodal state transportation agency, and we care and we invest in all modes of transportation, many of which you can see from here: city roads, county bridges, air, max, and light rail. That's why we are especially excited about this project and its completion.
Today, we look forward to our fabulous new bridge crossing.